quick shout out to all the patrons out there before we get started. But here we go with season 2, episode 2 of 30 Coins, the 30 Coins review. Almost said Loki there for a second because I just got through doing like a quick little Loki reaction after watching the new Loki episode. But here we go, man. Season 2, episode 2. Caleb, first out of the gate, thoughts about this new episode?
Yeah, I think it started off really, really strong. Just diving right back into hell where they left off. A lot of the monsters and creatures, and the more the stuff they showed was really, really cool. At least to me, it reminded me of like a cross between like Hellraiser, like the I don't know, like the Cenobites, I think they were called.
Yeah,
kind of reminds me of that, mixed with like a little bit of Silent Hill, and the creatures they have in those video games. It definitely had to remind me of those two things mixed together. But yeah, it was really creepy to begin with. Then we just, the rest of it was kind of a lot of information given to like what is actually going on, and finding out more and more of who Paul Giamatti's character was, and just learn about like what they're actually doing in the show, what's going on. But then obviously left off a little bit of cliffhanger there. So yeah, overall I thought it was really cool because I thought it ended it started strong, and I thought it ended strong with a little bit of information, type of episode in the middle. But beginning in the end, I really liked.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree, man. Like you said, started off right back in the hell area. We had the priest that died at the end of season 1, but I guess he's like able to do stuff here because of the fact that they're that witch did the thing in episode 1, and now he's like able to be in this like purgatory, like hell thing, and all that good stuff. So like you got, like you said, the creature Silent Hill, super digging that. Like I totally agree. Like even from the Silent Hill movies, the creatures and stuff kind of look like something like that. Reminds me of that, and they're pretty creepy looking. So like I like it, obviously, for that reason, and big reason there. Yeah, so you have him like trying to help Paco's girl, I guess
Elena.
You would say, yep, trying to help her like escape this. I'm gonna just say it's like a purgatory because she's like in a coma, so she's not really dead, but then like she's kind of trapped in this thing, and he's trying to like, I guess, let her mind escape, let her be able to come back and get out of the coma kind of situation.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like a pretty cool way to do things. The chase scene where she's trying to get out of there was really cool. Having one of the weird, looking creatures like chasing her down off and on during the episode as Paco is trying to do his thing and like save her and everything else. Then there was like these moments. It's like, okay, what the hell's happening? Like you got I guess you would say the big bad from season 1. Like obviously he's involved in this episode more than he was the first episode. But like a couple of things that he does, I have questions, like what's going to happen later on during the season, because like one of the times is he was like one guy, so Paul Giovanni, if I'm not mistaken, like he's part of this show now, and he's like this guy with a lot of money that bought this artifact that obviously has this power for something. And so like my first question would be like when they're talking together, Paul Giamatti does like his little thing. Obviously he's pretty damn evil himself. You could tell from this episode, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if he's evil. I think he's just kind of like even beyond like good or evil. He's just like all about himself. Like I don't care about what you selling me. I don't care about being good or bad. I'm just in it for me. Just give me what I want.
Yeah, and then like, so we had the big bad from season 1, like talking to him, and they have this conversation, and it ends with like he wants to talk to big boss's, boss,
the
know
devil.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
and he's devil. Like, well, the last time that he showed up, he got crucified, which was like a question to me. It was like, bro, is he talking about his boss is Jesus? Like, so that was kind of like a thing that I was kind of like questioning for a minute. And then on top of that, later on in the episode, he shows up in this hospital room where the Paco has been like chained down to a bed, basically, because they think he's going crazy and everything. And tells him like to calm down, like you got to be smart, you got to get her out of here, but you got to do it in a more intelligent way. You can't be like losing your cool. So he like helps Paco out for to get homegirl out of the hospital.
obviously has something planned, but it's like, why are you helping him out?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, like what's going on, right? Like I said, that one comment where he said, like, my boss, the last time my boss was here, he got crucified, was like, I was like, wait 1 second, like, who is he talking about here? Like, who's his boss now? It's like, you assume it's the devil, but like, I mean, I don't know, like, what is he trying to say? Maybe there's some kind of like hidden meaning with that. Maybe he doesn't truly mean like come back and as far as like Jesus or whatever, but we'll have to see, because it does have like the the religious connotations here, because that's what it's about, basically, like trying to bring on the end of the world and everything else. So but all that stuff's pretty cool. You had like the story in the middle where you had like the people trying to investigate to find out what's going on and everything else. You had a crazy boy from season 1. He's still part of this. He's sitting on top of a windmill, whatever. That kind of, just watching that kind of made me dizzy when you was watching it, talking about, but that's high up there, bro. You just sitting up there with a bunch of wind. Come on, dog.
It seems like he knows what's going on. It's just like he can't process. He knows like exactly what's going on, what's happening in the with all this stuff, but he can't really process it, and he's kind of giving it out little tiny messages, I guess, like cutting up all that paper, and they're just kind of put it all together and solve it. Like,
no, yeah, I totally agree. It's one of those tropes that people will do. Like, you'll give like someone that actually can see and know and understand what's truly going on, but then they have some kind of like mental affliction or something like that that's stopping them from being able to like communicate it very well. So like the other people are trying to have to like put everything together. So it's one of those things that they've done.
New Scooby-Doo crew now.
Yeah, exactly. So like, so we have those investigators doing that, and I thought that was like okay stuff. So we learned a little bit of things. They're getting obviously like a group together to try to combat what's going to be happening in the season. So that's fine. I don't know if I like the YouTube girl or whatever, but like she's growing on me a little bit. I think her character is getting a little bit better than, like I didn't really necessarily love her character from the first episode. But like I said, it's getting a little bit better. But also I'm doing that thing where like I'm watching it and it automatically, I guess, knows my region. So it's like doing the English dub, which we didn't have in the first season, like I was telling you last week. And it's like, man, it's kind of, it's almost funny to watch, because it's like you almost want to laugh, because some of these voices like connected to the characters. You're like, man, I did not think that person would even come close to sounding like that. But we did get Paco's ex-wife, I guess you could say, out here doing her thing.
Not to her. According to her, they still together.
She's like, she's still living the dream, man. She's still living the dream of them being together and everything. And like, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, she's hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this episode had a lot. You had the creatures. You had a guy sex slave, or he was going to be one. And then he put that hand on her leg, and she didn't like that shit, boy. She picked his ass up with the force and dropped his ass off the top of like a building or something, man. It's like
she still want Paco. She don't care about no sex.
Yeah, she don't care about this dude. This dude coming out all he hot and sexy and everything else. I was like, damn, girl, you getting it all. A house, a car, this lover boy. Nah, dog, she disposed of the lover boy. And then she just kind of looked at the other guy and was like, he said I could do whatever I wanted to. Well, he got smashed his ass on the ground. I know that. So that was the interest.
That's crazy. With just one coin, you get that much power. You already got.
I don't know though. You know what though? I think it's something special going on with her. I don't think it's because she just has the one coin. Because if you notice, like later on in the episode, obviously this guy is trying to get that coin from her. He's trying to collect them all like they did in season 1, so they can get them all together and get the ultimate power. But like this is like really like, because he even says it like it looks like this coin picked you and chose you and stuff. And then like he goes to grab, like, so she wants a kid. She can't have kids. She wants a kid. He's able to get her this adoption of this like young boy. And she's like super happy being like a mom and everything. And then she's like, I guess I owe you the coin. And he's like, yeah. And then he goes to get it out of her drawer that she had it in. And no, dog, it ain't happening. He tried to walk out the room and that coin wasn't going no damn where. It like just flew to her, like ripped his fingers off. Ripped his fingers off, bro. Ripped his goddamn fingers off, like, to get back to her. So like, I think there's something going on with her, like in this coin, like that's different from anybody else that has a coin. I think
maybe
a person has a coin, maybe it gives them a little bit of power here, maybe it gets them a little fame and fortune, you know, and stuff like that to kind of tempt them. But like, I don't think any of the other people that have coins are having, you know, this kind of relationship with the coin. So it'd be interesting to see like what's different from her. Why is she being chosen?
Yeah,
like,
because it was weird. Like, why is he even trying to bribe her? Like, why didn't he just take it? Like everybody else was just like kind of ripping each other hands off and arms off, fighting for the coin. Why is she different? Why is she? He could just easily just take the coin from him, but I guess not.
Nah, it ain't happening like that, dude. Like I said, and this is one of the fun parts about the show. Is like it's pretty crazy. It's out there, but I think they do put out enough that like it does make sense in a lot of ways. Now there may be a couple of things that you don't think make sense now, or like you're kind of wondering about right now at this moment, but later on, like I think it'll make sense because you'll get more and more of the story and more about what's going on. Now, one of the last things we can talk about, because we're trying to keep these like not super long or whatnot, but one of the last things we can talk about here is that Paco, gets her out of the hospital. He gets her out of the hospital basically by putting her like in this casket thing. I guess they're sending her to like the morgue or whatever, and they're transporting. He chases off the hospital vehicle, but he chases it down with like a motorcycle, trying to keep right there with her because obviously she's not dead and everything else. So he's doing all that. But like the crazy part is at the very end here, you know, like he stops the car, he gets that stopped, he rips open the casket thing, and then like to try to get her, but then there's like traffic, it's incoming traffic coming, and my man just turns around like, look, he's willing to do anything, anything for a piece of this booty, you know what I'm saying? Because like he's sacrificing his life basically. He kneels down in front of this like busy road, this oncoming traffic coming to like stop them, and as he does that, it's like they stop right before they hit him, and then the last thing we see in the episode is girl wake up. She wakes up. Elena, right? I keep, for whatever reason, I can't never remember her name, but like she wakes up, takes a big gasp of air. She finally escaped, you know, like the purgatory thing we were talking about earlier.
Before that, she was getting torn in half.
Oh yeah,
like, all her guts were being spilled out.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. You're right. So like she wakes up at the right time, like has to wake up at this point or she's dead. Because like you said, and whatever this is, purgatory or hell or whatever, she's getting like ripped apart. So we have two kind of cool death scenes, and one fingers being ripped off another person scenes in this, which I thought were really cool. But you had homegirl using the force to kill this one guy by making him fall from the sky, because she like raises him up and then like drops him. And then you had that scene you're talking about right there, right before she takes the big gasp of air. You see her body being like ripped apart and everything. Like I said, I don't know. Like this show obviously doesn't have the budget of a lot of other bigger shows, but man, the stuff they show us and stuff is really cool, really fascinating. And they've done a damn good job. Like, I don't know if these are like practical effects or they're just like taking their time and cleaning up the computer graphics or whatever it is, the CGI. It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good stuff. Like, I don't have any complaints with it, to be honest with you.
No, it looks super dope. Like I said, just the way they made it, that torn apart scene was really crazy to me. How they made it look. And we did find out that she was pregnant, right?
Yeah, and like that's something that we kind of learned is like she's pregnant, and then like there's a couple of moments where they're trying to say like we don't think you're a pervert, talking to Paco, because they're basically saying that Paco did this while she's been in a coma. Yeah, like but that ain't what happened. Like he's obviously saying like, nah, man, that shit ain't happening, and people's like looking at him weird, like, dude, you know, how did this happen, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? Because but that's the thing. Like this show takes chances, takes the shots, does its thing, and a lot of it's like really fun, man. It turns into something like pretty damn entertaining, and I give it props. It's I was kind of scared for like a season 2, because with how crazy the first season was, it's like, oh man, where are you gonna go? How are you gonna do this? I was a little worried, like, but so far, and I can't judge it. Obviously, it's only the first 2 episodes, but so far they've kept this kind of contained, and it seems pretty damn good. Like, and so far I've liked where they're going with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been liking these first 2 episodes. Nothing too big, but I mean, I'm still loving it though.
No, yeah, I'm obviously I really am digging it right now. I think right now Loki, because like I just said, we did a review on Loki so that you can catch on the channel. But also like this show right here. Hey man. And this one, like I said, is kind of like a diamond in the rough. Like most people, like this isn't like highly advertised like some of your other stuff, like a Loki is or whatever, right? Like this is kind of like a smaller budget. It's a foreign. It's done. It's not like American. It's foreign and everything else. Like I said, they do have the English dub, so if you don't like reading, but you can also do like the Spanish version where you just read the subtitles and stuff, and that's what we had to do in season 1. But nah, man, it's real worth it. It's well worth it. Like it's well worth your time. It's well worth your effort to give it a chance, man. If you like weird, quirky stuff that has some like cool plot points and stories to it, and then like some of the craziness at the same time, like, hey, man, I think people should give season 1 and season 2 a shot.
Definitely, I agree, man.
Definitely. Well, that being said, Caleb, do you have any last words, man? Anything that we might have forgot to talk about?
I just want to bring this up. Yeah, because I'm obviously not in my room and I'm not far away from the Wi-Fi. So that's why it probably looks a lot better right now.
Oh yeah, it's doing like the best ever. Like normally you're pixelated as hell. And like the funny part is like your voice is always good, so I never stop anything. But yeah, when you're doing your thing, like you can see like you're like the video part of it to be jumping. But yeah, it's coming in crystal clear this time. So I hope everybody enjoys that part of it. Caleb getting that closer to the Wi-Fi, changing the world, baby. But yeah, not anything else about the show though. Like any last words about that or anything like we didn't point out?
No, I think we covered everything pretty well. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man, thoroughly enjoying it, man. 2 thumbs up from me so far. Definitely advise people to try to give it a shot, man. Go back and watch season 1 and give season 2 a chance because I'm glad I did. And with that being said, thank you to all the Patreons, to all the supporters, to all the people that watch. We had a comment on our last video, and then we are doing these live. It's like, and if you want to, we're going to try to keep on the same schedule. So it'll be Thursday nights at 10:15 Central time. And if you want to join and jump in the conversation and everything else, there's conversations to be had, and we'll definitely like jump in there and do the thing. And Don, like, yeah, sounds good. Going to watch it. But yeah, there you go. Like Don, go watch it because you like crazy stuff. But yeah, do the thing, man, when you have the time. But yeah, but anybody out there watching this afterwards, man, if you want to join us live, join us live. Got any questions? Anything like that you want to ask us? Obviously, you can see behind me that we talk about a lot of nerdy stuff and everything else, but we also will jump into some of these crazy things and all that. And peace. Thank you, Brandon, for being here too as well. But yeah, man, with all that being said, let's get out of here, guys, and y'all have fun. Until next time, peace.